This is going to be the only stretch routine that you will ever need. We're going to stretch every single muscle. We're going to get all deep in there. We're going to utilize our breath, and it's going to feel amazing. You know, after a long day, you kind of just feel tight. In the mornings, we feel tight, but when you haven't paid attention to your muscles, you just feel kind of like stiff almost. So this is amazing for that. It is also amazing for the morning too, but I do recommend warming yourself up a little bit because we will be engaging in very deep stretches. I know this is a different space. I'm really trying to figure out the best way to film in this space still, so do bear with me. Maybe this will be good. I have giant windows, so it's like the light is almost overpowering. I was very excited for them, but they're very overpowering. So to get the lighting right can be difficult, but without further ado, let's get started. We are going to go ahead and get started on our backs. So right away, bend your knees. Feet flat on the ground, maybe knock your knees together. So we can take 3 deep breaths here to just activate the parasympathetic nervous system so that we can relax our muscles. That is the first key to stretching, especially if you are coming into this after a stressful day. Let's activate the parasympathetic, taking a few deep breaths, relaxing into the floor. Start to take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your lungs. And a big exhale out through the mouth, let it go. Do that again, deep breath in through the nose. Big exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. Take another deep breath and do it at your own pace and let it feel good. Anything that has started to come up in your mind from the day, just let it go for a moment. It's okay, it's not urgent. You can take some time away from the stresses of your life, and in fact it's important to do so that you can face those stresses a little bit better. So let go of those stresses, come into your body, notice your body on the ground. Continue with the deep breathing, but finding your own rhythm. So deep breaths in through the nose and big long exhales out through the mouth. Bring your mind inward. Bring your mind to your body. Notice the separation between you and the wall. Notice even the connection between you and your mat, but the separation, because you and the mat are not one. You are on top of the mat. So just notice all the things that are around you, the sounds, how you're feeling in this moment. Bring your attention inward. Ignore the concerns of your daily life, the stresses that are holding you back from coming into your body and relaxing completely. Because when we do not allow that to happen, flexibility will not happen either. You will stay in a stressed state. So let it go for a moment. This class will not be more than 20 minutes. It can be gone for 20 minutes. One more deep breath in through the nose. And a big exhale. If your knees are knocked together, bring them hip width distance. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, send your foot up towards the sky. So the bottom of your foot is facing the ceiling and you're flexing your foot. Inhale here. And then exhale again. Inhale, grab behind your leg. Now you can grab wherever, and you can also have a bent knee. Because if you're over here and you can only straighten your knee over here, that's okay. Bend the knee until you can have it just in a distance so that you can grab it, put it that way. Take a deep breath in, and wherever your hand is, as you exhale, pull your leg towards you. You're flexing your toes towards your face as much as possible. Now, if this is feeling incredibly tight, simply bend the knee even more, okay? Send your leg further away. You don't need to have a crazy intensity, but I do want you to have an intensity to the point where it feels a little bit challenging, Maybe you shake ever so slightly. Shaking just means that we're taking our muscles a little bit further than its full potential. And you want to be doing that regularly, right? Because if you're only staying within the realm of what is possible currently for your muscles, you will never step out of that. So a little bit of shaking is a good thing. Now, with each exhalation, bring your leg closer to you, even if it is just a micro millimeter. Imagine your leg coming closer to you. You're also sending your tailbone into the ground. So you're not allowing a rounding to happen here. You want to create a pull. Okay, so your hip is going, by your hip being down, I mean, it's going to pull the hamstring. But if you round it, think about how the hamstring will start to soften. But when you send your tailbone into the ground, it's going to pull a little bit more. Inhale again. Exhale, pull your leg towards you. Inhale, exhale, pull. Now, even if your leg is bent, I want you to try to straighten your leg, even if it's just a little bit, and then bend it again. Okay, so we're keeping our leg close to us, but we're going to practice the motion of bending and straightening. So activating surrounding muscles, creating an active stretch. So straighten the leg as much as you can, and then as you bend, inhale. So straighten the leg as much as you can, inhale. And then as you exhale, let it go, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more time. And then bend. Now, wherever your leg is, also if you have the bend, that's okay. Reach your two fingers, so the pointy finger and then the middle finger, to grab your toe. Now, if you just simply cannot reach, just grab behind your leg. We want to bring the leg up and over our body so that we can get into the IT band, so the outside of the leg. So if you can, grab your toes, deep breath in, straighten as much as you can, and then start to bring your leg over your body. You're gonna feel a really intense sort of nerve-like stretch along the outside of your leg. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, can you send it over slightly? So it's really small. Try to keep your hip girdle on the ground here, so don't start to lift all the way. We do want to make sure that we remain stable here. One more breath in. Exhale, pull it over. And then slowly bring the leg back up, bend the knee, place it back down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, send your left leg up towards the sky, so the bottom of your foot is facing the ceiling. We're flexing the toes towards the face. Inhale. As you exhale, grab behind your leg. Inhale again. As you exhale, start to pull your leg towards you. You're sending that tailbone into the ground. This is extremely tight for me. I have been running, so it has created a lot of tension behind my left leg particularly. So this is a really important stretch for me. Keep breathing, and with that exhalation, we're bringing the leg closer. Reminder that you can have the bent knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Now, bend your knee. And then as you inhale, you're going to straighten your leg. Exhale to bend. Inhale, straighten. We're creating an oxygen flow into the muscles. So providing the muscles with oxygen as we straighten, and then allowing it to relax with that exhale. So helping sort of set the muscles in place. Last two. Sorry for the sirens. Last one. Now, same thing that we did earlier with your two fingers. Grab your toes. If you cannot, just simply grab behind your leg. Inhale. As you exhale, send your leg over your body. So your left leg is going over towards the right. This is so intense for me. Flex the toes towards the face as much as you can and breathe. As you exhale, you're bringing that leg over even more. My goodness, I'm right there with you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly bring the leg back up. Whew. Okay, that was a lot. Grab behind your knees. We're going to rock and roll up to a tabletop. Whew. Okay, hello hamstrings. All right. Come to all fours. Hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. My brain didn't want to work there for a second. Inhale. As you exhale, nice long line from the top of your head to your tailbone. Now on the next inhale, arch your spine and send your hips back towards your heels. As you exhale, start to tuck in your pelvis and really send your chest, the back of your chest, up towards the sky, almost like someone's kind of punching you in the stomach. So you're really rounding here from the stomach and then through into the chest. And start to round all the way forward. Inhale, arch, send your tailbone back. Exhale, round, come forward. Inhale, arch, send your tailbone back. Exhale, round, come forward. Inhale, arch, come back. Exhale, round forward. Now, option, bring your hips all the way down to come into swan and then come back into child's. So option there to either just come to that neutral or come all the way down into a back bend, stretching the front of the body as well. 3 more rounds here. Take your time. Maybe add something that feels good for you in this moment. Come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips up and back. We're coming into downward facing dog. Now, reminder, keep your knees nice and bent if this is too much for you. And then once you reach this down dog where you've got a nice straight spine, you're sending the tailbone up towards the sky. That's when you start to straighten the legs and bring the heels down. So that is ultimately how you find your perfect down dog. So you just connect your belly to your thighs and then send the heels down until you reach your limit. Over time, you'll be able to bring the heels down more and more and more. Deep breath in. Exhale, send your chest to your knees. Deep breath in. Exhale, chest to knees. Deep breath in. Exhale, chest to knees. One more time. And now, inhale, look to the top of the mat and take tiny baby steps to bring your feet behind your hands. Coming straight into a forward fold with bent knees. Now, deep breath in again. Exhale, finding that belly to thigh connection. Now, we're going to create a little bit of a bend and a stretch motion. So, similar to what we were doing on the ground, except we're in a forward fold this time. So, if you are feeling like this is really, really intense, simply just bend the knees even more. And I want to remind you that when we are creating that straightness, you don't have to come to the full straightened position, the full expression. Even if you're straightening a little bit and your knees are still bent, that's okay. The key here is maintaining the belly to thigh connection. Okay. Now inhale, exhale, belly to thigh. Inhale again. And then as you exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Keep going. Let's do 7. 6. We're sending that tailbone up towards the sky. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Now, shuffle your feet out so that your toes are coming off of the mat and your heels are on the mat. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, bend your knees. Now, I want you to reach your hands out in front of you as much as you possibly can. So it's like you're kind of trying to grab the mat, and then you're slowly going to bring your weight back and bring your chin in and slowly let your weight come back. So what we're doing here is decompressing the spine and stretching the muscles along your back. This is tiring on the legs, so just acknowledging that. But this is amazing for the spine. So deep breaths. Exhale, send your weight back. Really grab onto the floor here. You can totally utilize a bar. Like if you have a bar, something that you can grab onto and just pull your weight back, amazing for your vertebrae, amazing for stretching out the spine, and a really powerful movement, especially if you're feeling really, really tense. And obviously this is also great for the shoulders. One more breath. And exhale. Okay, now from here, we're going to come all the way down into a malasana squat. If you're lifting up your heels, don't worry, that's okay. It's just limited ankle mobility. There's nothing wrong with that. You're working on it. Again, let's get out of that mindset where we need to be in the full expression of poses to be able to do them. That's just not the case. Okay, deep breath in. As you exhale with your elbows, send your knees back. So we're sending our bum towards the ground and our knees back. Inhale, exhale. So really pushing the knees out here. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Place your hands back on the ground. And then we have our feet in that same position. Just fixing my leggings. Bend your knees. Bring your hands on top of your knees. You can bring your feet out a little bit wider if that's more comfortable. And you're just going to let your hips kind of sink down as you use your hands to kind of create that stability. And you're pushing your knees away from one another. So you're going to feel a really deep stretch on the inner thighs. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, drop your left shoulder down, twist. Again, we are releasing the vertebrae, so giving them a little bit of a break. We're doing a spinal stretch as well as an inner thigh stretch. So deep breath in and exhale. Let's drop the right shoulder. Really intense. Let's do the left. And then the right. Beautiful job. Come all the way up. Bring your feet to face the front of the room. And then bring your hands down to meet the mat. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, straighten. Creating a little bit of a counter. So we're straightening on the inhale. A little bit different from that forward fold. 3 more. Last one. Now shuffle your feet together. Sorry, that's my oven. Making a sweet potato while I film this. Okay. All right. Now, bring your right foot in front of you. Now you can have your knees bent and then just send your left leg back. We're coming into a low lunge. So you can drop your knee down. Take a deep breath here. Untuck the back toe, and then as you exhale, you're tucking in the pelvis as much as you can. So you really want to feel that stretch in the front of the left hip. Really, really tucking it in, getting into the psoas as well. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, tuck more. Now, bring your right hand kind of to the outside of the foot, and then you're going to sweep your left arm up and over, so we're getting even deeper into the psoas. So reaching that left arm up and over, deep side body stretch. Inhale and exhale, send the hips down even more, and fold over to the right. Not easy. Inhale. And you can bring your weight forward if that feels like pressure on your back. Bring that hand back down
And then with your right hand, you're going to reach back for your left foot. So we're getting into the quad here, and then a little bit deeper, of course, into the psoas in the front of the hip. If you cannot reach your foot, that's okay. Just reach back for it. If you can, grab it. Send the hips down. Don't lift your hips up. Send them down. So if you have to lift them up to grab it, that means you're going too far. So simply just lift the leg, send the hips down. If you cannot touch it, it's okay. You will get there. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Release. Bring your right hand back down. Lift that left leg back up. Come into a plank. And then we're just simply going to lift that left leg and then come into your low lunge on the other side. So tucking in the pelvis as much as you can. Inhale. And exhale, tuck more. Send it down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Bring your left hand to the outside of the left foot. Doesn't need to be too accurate. It can be a little bit forward so that you don't put pressure on the back. Sweep that right arm up and over. Deep side body stretch, getting deeper into the psoas and the hip. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Bring that arm back down. Reach back for your right toes. Bring them towards you. Quad stretch. Whew, very tight for me. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last breath. Release it back down. Push back. Come to sit on your knees. Tuck your toes. So you've got your hands out in front of you. And then I want you to just push into the floor. So you're pushing the floor away from you, almost like your knees are going to start lifting off the ground. But don't let them. And what I really want you to focus on is actually pushing into your feet so that they stretch more. So the tops of your toes are kind of bending towards your foot. And you should feel a nice deep foot stretch there. Inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale. Exhale, push. Last one. Now, untuck your toes. And then from here, you're going to lift up so that the tops of your feet, so the tops of your toes now are on the ground and the tops of your feet are going to feel a stretch. So again, don't go too far if this is too intense. You can bring it back down. Just let yourself feel that good stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And then bring it back down. And that is it. You should feel quite nice and stretched out. I know I do. Feels really, really good. Take a moment to breathe. Let it feel good. Come back to this daily if you really want to level up your flexibility. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.